Hi, my name is Sandra Garcia and this is Encounter Your Potential, a video series where I share tips and tools to help you level up your business or personal brand to ultimately unlock your potential. Each week, I'll be sharing different encounters with you, and these are encounters that I've had with business owners as I'm going about my day-to-day. Things that they're struggling with, questions that they have, just things that they need answers or maybe just need to talk to somebody about. Today's topic is encountering an improved marketing strategy. So let's get into it. So why is an improved marketing strategy so important? Because we are just getting into the rebound, recovery phase of this pandemic. As we enter the end of the year and also start preparing for the beginning of 2021, we need to see what has been working for our marketing strategies and then also what we can do to improve and take our businesses to the next level. So let's get the level up going. To help us improve our marketing strategy, I'm going to cover 5 tips with you today. And the first one is revisiting, reviewing, and revising your mission, vision, and values. Most people put one of these together when they are launching their businesses, right? But why not revisit that, especially right now? 2020 has been such an interesting year. We could have never planned for everything that has happened in 2020. And as we experience and continue to experience and also close out the year, we might have learned a little something about ourselves and then also what might be a new revised strategy for our businesses that we can implement and put to work. So for example, we have seen the great impacts of the Black Lives Matter movement. And you might have recognized that diversity, equity, and inclusion is actually really important for your business. So is it captured in your mission? Is it captured in your vision for how you will do business and who you will conduct business with and who it is important for you to conduct business with? And is it part of your values? So take some time now after we've just soaked in and maybe had some time to settle into what has all happened this year to see how does this matter to your business and how do you want it to matter to your business. So revisit your mission, your vision, your values, and don't feel bad about having to revise it. Tip number 2. Now, another thing that you probably did and worked on as you were launching your business is your unique value proposition. Again, 2020 has been a heck of a year. We have learned so much, we've experienced so much, and now it's time to make all of that work for us, right? Now, what you offer in your service, has it changed at all? What is so different about what you offer your customers in the world than your competition? If you are a beauty salon, a restaurant, a pet grooming company, what is so different about you and that business just a few blocks away? What is your unique value proposition? What makes you so different? Are you the only business in the neighborhood that is open past a certain hour? Are you the only business in a certain radius that is open on Saturdays, or how about Sundays when most businesses are closed? What is so different about you? Are you a family-owned business that has been open for over 20 years? Are you experts in your field? Think about what makes you so unique, what makes you so different, what makes you so valuable, and what makes your services so valuable to your customers, and showcase that. How your business has been able to service customers uniquely during challenging times. Have you been able to service customers and offer products or services in ways that your competition has not been able to? Because if so, this can be a unique value proposition. And this could be something that helps you or makes you stand out better than your competition. So don't be afraid to tout that, show it off, shout it over the mountaintops. Let the people know what makes you so very different and why they should be investing in you and your services. Number 3. Develop or revisit, and don't be afraid to revise your brand style guide. Now, what in the world is the brand style guide, huh? Okay, so you probably have a logo and your logo consists of some form of text, probably some colors that defines and reflect what your business and what your brand is. What is that mood and that feeling that you're giving customers as they're getting to know your brand and learning more about your brand? One thing to notice is that over time, as you remain in business, it is best practices to revisit and to update that, because the fonts of last year or the fonts of 5 years ago, 10 years ago might have changed, and the style that your customers expect from you may have changed. So don't feel bad about having to modernize your business and to make it look like a business of today with fresh new colors that maybe represent what your new mission, vision, value, and unique value proposition is. So also take a look at that brand guide. Do not feel bad about having to revise that logo and update those colors for a new, fresh feel. Number 4, make sure that you're also investing and paying attention to brand consistency. We covered during a previous video the importance of making sure that your brand is recognizable and absolutely the same no matter which platform people find you on. That experience that they have with your brand on social, email, in person, on your website is absolutely the same. But make sure that your fonts, your colors, and your tone and your look and feel is also the same. So as you're rebranding your business, if you rebrand your business, make sure that you're also doing that consistently across the board. Do not have one done and wait 2 months or 3 months until it's updated somewhere else. Make sure that you are brand consistent. Another thing to pay attention to in terms of brand consistency is also imagery. Make sure that you're using the same quality images across platforms. If you have service hours or hours of operation stated as one thing on your website, then make sure that's also the same thing on your Google My Business page. Make sure it's the same thing on your Yelp page. Just make sure it is consistent across the board. Number 5, now this one is just so absolutely key in this very digital ecosystem that we live in, which is to diversify your marketing strategy. Make sure that you are reaching people in several different places. So why is this important at all? You only use Instagram, so you're only going to use Instagram for your business, but what about those other people who are spending more time on Twitter? What about them? Are they just not going to know about your business? So what I would recommend is that omni-channel marketing or multi-platform marketing is absolutely key right now for all of our businesses. And we may not be the best at it. And normally I would recommend that we only spend our time on the top 2 platforms that we're very, very, very good at. But at this point in time, as we are still in a recovery and rebound phase, I suggest that you do put effort in making sure that your business is not just there, but visible and part of the conversation across platforms, so that you are maximizing these absolutely free tools to getting in front of potential customers about your services and your products. So diversify these options. Do not just rely on social, and do not just rely on one kind of social, but also make sure you're across platforms. One very forgotten about tool is Pinterest. Pinterest is so key. And did you know that you can search by a photo on Pinterest? So don't neglect Pinterest. It is such a great social platform, and so is YouTube. Again, I mention all the time that YouTube is the number 2 search engine. And LinkedIn also operates like a search engine. So list those tools, list these services, list these products on multiple platforms to just increase the ability of being found. Okay, now did you write those 5 tips down? So you got them covered? Are you ready for a little bit more? I don't only have 5 tips, I actually have 12 tips. And I have them all covered on my website, encounteryourpotential.com, on the blog page. So go there, take a look, and read all of the 12 tips, but I just shared 5 with you. So get started there and then go visit me on my website to read them all. Now we're going to get into Candid Encounters. And this is the part of the show where I share about my own personal experiences as a business owner. So what I'm going to share today, since we did talk about marketing strategies and improving your marketing strategy, what you have probably noticed if you've been riding this entrepreneurial wave with me, or if you've been riding this wave and experience of my own business, you would have noticed that Encounter Your Potential just a few months ago was Encounter Marketing and Public Relations. So what that means is that I've gone through a rebrand. So I've rebranded from one name to another name. And with the rebrand of that name, I've also updated my own logo and very just slightly changed the colors of my own brand. So I've also updated my own brand guide. And that is just to show that I'm not just talking about these things and sharing these tips and tricks with you, but this is also advice that I am taking for myself and things that I've also put into practice and that I also value and see the value in. One of the reasons I felt it was so important to rebrand is because I started my business 8 years ago, which is so crazy to think, but 8 years ago. And when I started my business, I was still working in the corporate space. So it was a good idea. It was something that I loved to do, something that I wanted to do, but something that I didn't quite yet define for myself. Entering year 3 of entrepreneurship, I had a better idea of what it was that I was doing, how I was servicing clients, and then also how I wanted the brand to be represented and how I wanted for people to also see the brand. And I didn't want to just lock myself and pigeonhole myself into just being able to provide marketing services or public relations services, which was something that I was kind of moving away from and redefining as brand elevation. So in order to capture all of the different services that I was providing and also to capture all the growth that I was undergoing, I rebranded to Encounter Your Potential. Okay, so we just had some fun today and we just covered 5 tips and 5 steps for improving your marketing strategy. And then you also heard a little bit about me and my own Candid Encounter, rebranding my own business. So now I am just asking a gift from you, which is to like, share, or subscribe so you can continue to journey with me and continue to hear more about these tips and then also Candid Encounters. And also, don't forget to comment below. Is this making sense? Is this meaningful to you? What do you want to hear more about? Tell me, let me know, and help me serve you better. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.